Am I overreacting for wanting to cut off my family after they went to my fiance's workplace to expose her? Trigger warnings. Emotional abuse and manipulation. I, 24M, have been with my fiancé, 25F, for 6 years, and we're planning to get married in the spring of 2025. My fiancé and my family have always had a strained relationship, but I thought things were improving, until this week. My sister, 26F, and her boyfriend, 25M, only visit once or twice a year, so I was excited to see them over the holidays. One evening, my fiancé and I went to my parents' house for dinner and games. She had a couple of drinks. I stayed sober to drive, and was a little emotional because we'd recently had to put down her childhood pet. My family was supportive when she shared about it, and the evening seemed to go well. At one point, she got an email from work, and the conversation briefly turned to what she does for a living. She works in an office. The night ended fine, and we planned to return the next day. The next morning, as we were heading back to my parents' house, I got a text from my sister saying they were in my city, which is over an hour away. Confused, I replied, WTF. Why would you guys do that, but got no response. When we got to my parents' house, I tried calling them, no answer. Finally, I called my sister's boyfriend, and he answered. That's when I learned they had gone to my fiancé's workplace, questioned her coworkers, and discovered that she doesn't work there. She works in the office, not on the floor. He, and my family, accused her of lying about her work, why she left her last job, and about her getting hit by a car and told me I shouldn't marry her. They also wanted me to provide evidence. To make it worse, I had him on speakerphone, so my fiancé heard everything. I was furious but tried to stay calm. I defended her, hung up, and decided we needed to leave. I went back to my parents' house, grabbed our things, and left. Now, we're at home trying to process everything. I'm beyond upset that my family disrespected my fiancé and crossed such a huge boundary by going to her workplace and harassing her coworkers. I'm thinking about cutting contact with them, but I keep wondering if I'm overreacting. Is this something I should try to do? Relevant comments. OP clarifies where his fiancé works. OP. Here is some clarification. Her work has 2 separate locations, one office, where she works, and one retail, where my family harassed people. My fiancé told them the company name and they just assumed they only had the retail location, and it wasn't just my sis and her BF, it was also my parents. Comment. Info, is your family really this silly? I am almost positive that jobs can't just tell randoms that someone works there. What if the random is a stalker? This is so weird. Why did they even do this? Is there a missing context that explains driving an hour to do an employment check when it quite literally is none of their business? OP. They are just this silly. Sadly, they have been like this every time I've dated someone, they just took it way too far this time. Update 2 weeks later. My fiancé and I are still together and moving forward with our plans to get married. My sister and her BF have gone back home, and they're officially uninvited to the wedding. So now I'm back to searching for the best man. We've also gone no contact with them. I also sent a long text to my parents the day after everything went down, and they never replied. At this point, I don't even know if they're going to show up to the wedding. In the past, we attempted to set boundaries with my mother. Because she's nosy ASF, and that greatly upset her, which should have been the first red flag. Unfortunately, my fiancé did end up losing her position at work, which has been incredibly frustrating. We haven't told my parents or any other family other than her parents, who have been very supportive through all of this, and I'm not sure if we will for a while, as it would mean talking to them. Thank you to everyone that has been supportive. We're taking things one step at a time and focusing on what's important, each other. Sorry for ending it so cringy. Relevant comments. Why did his fiancée lose her job? OP. They caused a huge scene that made the workers uncomfortable. She was still in the probationary period, and they didn't want people that would bring drama.